literally watch SpongeBob to this day, and I still laugh. Like, and I was going through my shit, and I saw this thumbnail, and I watched like a couple seconds of it, and I was like, bro, this will be an amazing video to react to, because I want to see how close we are, right? Like, bro, when you guys say that, like we have the same sense of humor, we get each other. Like, bro, be honest. Did this episode of SpongeBob not give you night terrors? To this day, I don't know why, but this episode still scares me, bro. It might not hit the same because you're grown, but if you're a kid and you saw this shit, I don't know why, but this video is fucking frightening, so I want to react to it with y'all. Why the gorilla episode of SpongeBob scared us? I don't know. Bro, it wasn't even just that. Like, remember when SpongeBob had that splinter in his finger too? And it was that other thing when, like, SpongeBob was, like, getting dragged in the Krusty Krab, and his teeth were, like, peeling back the wood? And, like, why do they do stuff like that?
Based on the title and thumbnail, I'm sure many of you know which SpongeBob episode I will be speaking about. Now, the show itself is no stranger to unsettling images. Take, for example, Nosferatu at the end of Graveyard Shift. Or when Squidward was left to be all... But neither of these moments struck a primal fear within me quite like the episode I Had an Accident. So what about this episode made me run downstairs in tears as a kid whenever it came on? Well, let's find out. This episode begins with Patrick sledding down a sandhill. Now let me just say right off the bat, whenever I saw this scene as a kid, I would really start to get an uneasy feeling. I wasn't quite able to connect it to the later parts of the episode, but I do remember feeling weird whenever this scene would be on. Patrick then flies off a ramp and crashes, causing him to break into several pieces, and the word dead appears in red font above him. This already sets kind of a weird tone for the episode, like Patrick just dies within the first 30 seconds, and it's not really played for a joke. It's humor that you don't really see in the other early episodes. But it's then revealed Patrick was just playing a video game the whole time. Classic Patrick. Sandy tells Patrick to knock it off while SpongeBob is doing tricks of his own, until he starts to lose balance and sent flying as well. He lands on the ground and is shattered into pieces, and it's just another weird injury scene because he doesn't really do it comedically, and he looks like he's in genuine pain. I get that this was supposed to be a plot point and not really meant for a slapstick tone, but with a comedy like SpongeBob, you would expect that. But that's another reason why I like SpongeBob so much. It was very different from everything else at the time. The Doctor informs SpongeBob that he needs to protect his butt, which leads to one of my favorite scenes in the entire series. What's surprising is
bro!
Contributed it
oh my gosh!
The entire series.
Bro, oh my gosh, my childhood's flashing before my eyes right now, bro. Bro, what the fuck? I remember this shit so vividly. Oh my god, bro. I remember because I was just imagining like this is some real life shit. And like I was like, damn, if I ever fall hard on my ass, I'm gonna have to put my ass in this machine. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Bro, is there actually like an ass machine like that though? Like, what is it, like a rehabilitation thing? Is it like, there probably is something like that in real life, though.
What's surprising is I kind of quote this all the time, but I never really contributed it to the gorilla episode. I must have detached it from my brain at some point. Oh, and Squidward walking up kills me every time.
Is this where the line starts?
SpongeBob, in an attempt to protect his butt, decides to stay indoors where he makes quick friends with a Penny, potato chip, and used napkin. And oh boy, that voice on Penny brings tears to my eye every time.
Take it away, Penny!
But this is where my next point comes in. Just look at the lighting in these scenes. It's a lot darker than what we've seen before and in most episodes. It adds a gloominess to this moment. SpongeBob is usually this colorful, outgoing character, and now he's just sitting in the middle of his living room in the dark with no furniture or anything. As a kid, I remember it not really sitting right with me, and it's just another reason why this episode's so different. Patrick and Sandy, noticing SpongeBob isn't his normal self, try to find ways to make him go outside. These include ice cream, giving an old man a bath, Ferris wheels, 2 ice creams, trampolines. That's when Sandy...
Yo, chat. Am I the only person that thought SpongeBob's parents and grandparents were cookies? Like, I shit you not, bro. I think until I was like 20 and I seen a TikTok, I thought they were fucking cookies. Bro, look at this shit. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. These aren't sponges. These are straight up cookies. Even when he was a JiT, they looked like this. That's crazy. Wait, why is SpongeBob's dad black? What the fuck? I just realized his dad's black.
He gets the idea of putting Patrick in a gorilla suit and pretend to attack her. This would cause SpongeBob to run out and save Sandy, but he remembers that that was Patrick's Halloween costume. That's when another Patrick appears on screen, shocking everyone. The real Patrick unzips his gorilla suit, which causes Sandy to ask, "Who's that?" And then, well, this happens.
A real gorilla? Huh?
Yeah, I'm starting to remember why Younger B wasn't a big fan of this episode. The costume they used for this gorilla was genuinely scary, and I just think the ape noises adds to that so much. But looking back, I think what scared me the most is the level of danger Sandy and Patrick seem themselves to be in. And they're not even...
Bro, I don't know why, but my fucking heart's pounding, bro. I literally have PTSD from this shit. Bro, I don't know about y'all niggas, but like my heart is pounding. Like this shit, this scene, because I had the DVD set. So like I would just like watch through that DVD set constantly. And every time it would get to this part, I would go to my niggas, it wasn't a DVD set. I have a VHS. Oh my gosh, niggas. I didn't get a DVD set until bro, I think it was 08. I didn't get a DVD set until 08, and it was because my mom, she got an Expedition, and it had a CD player in it. Oh my gosh, bro. The movies I would watch, like I would love going on long car rides because we had the DVD player, and I would just pull that shit down and I would watch it. Bro, oh, I used to watch, I started watching Dragon Ball Z, and I would never forget this. Oh my gosh, bro, you niggas will know exactly what I'm talking about. Remember when Goku turned into Super Saiyan 3 for the first time in front of Majin Buu? And that nigga was screaming for 3 episodes straight, just like, ah, bro. So the DVD player, it would play off the radio, so my parents could hear everything. So I'm literally fucking in the backseat, hype as fuck, watching my nigga Goku turn into Super Saiyan 3, and he's screaming his lungs out. Ah! Bro, my mom, she got pissed. My mom was so fucking mad. She said, turn that shit, bro. Hold up. Call mama.
Calling mama.
Bro, I'm getting so many memories. Bro, my mom was so pissed. Alright, if my mom doesn't answer, she doesn't love me. No, Mom, you have to love me. Call home.
Calling home. At the tone, please.
Oh my gosh, okay, my mom doesn't love me. But bro, all I know is, ever since that day, I was banned from watching Dragon Ball Z videos in the car. I could not watch a Dragon Ball Z video in the car ever again, bro. Oh my gosh. Y'all niggas don't know shit about that, bro. I could only watch that shit when I got home. Oh my gosh, bro.
Wrong for being scared, the gorilla
Oh, I'm muted? Wait, why am I muted? Oh no. Why y'all niggas trolling?
puts them in a sack and starts beating on them. I also remember this shot very distinctly as a child, the one when SpongeBob's in his house and you can still see the gorilla outside beating up on Sandy and Patrick. I think it just reminded me that the danger was never really gone and SpongeBob was going to have to go out and confront it. And at this point, I've seen episodes like Rock Bottom, Shanghai, the Halloween special, and at no point did I ever fear for SpongeBob, but in this moment, I was genuinely scared for him as a kid. When SpongeBob finally decides to go outside, he's grabbed by the gorilla and torn into 2 pieces, which also just freaked me out. I mean, at this point, we're used to seeing SpongeBob detach his limbs, but this one just felt so different because it wasn't him doing it himself, and it was not really played for comedic purposes.
I think it was this shit, bro. I think it was this shit that really cause bro, it didn't register in my head that this is just some nigga in a gorilla costume. I actually thought that was a gorilla, and I was like, how did they film this, bro? It always used to fuck me up whenever I saw real life people with animated people. Like Michael Jordan going against the Looney Tunes squad. Like I thought like Hollywood had a dimension portal to go into another world. It didn't register in my hand that like you just draw it in. And then whenever Michael Jordan fucking stretched his hand out a million miles, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, how did they do this shit? But now when you look back at it, bro, it looks so bad. But bro, back in the day, that shit was like, it was amazing.
That's when SpongeBob questions, what's a gorilla even doing underwater, which makes the gorilla answer, George, they're onto us, which I remember scaring me as a kid because I thought it was weird the gorilla could speak. And then a zebra appears and they ride off into the sunset together while a The End title card appears. Fun fact, this is the only episode where a The End like that is actually shown. And it just adds to the unique and different feel of this episode, and I remember recognizing that as a kid, and I didn't really know how to handle it. I mean, from elementary school, I was a big fan of horror. It was the main type of media I consumed, and maybe this episode kind of contributed to the beginning of that. The very end of the episode, however, shows the family watching the TV in shock and they turn off the episode, which looking back now is really funny, but as a kid just added on to this. Why are there actual people? Why are they turning off the channel? I didn't know what was going on. I talked to a couple of my friends about this episode, and they all seem to agree with me that this episode kind of freaked them out when they were little. I've had some mention the eyes of the costume were especially creepy, the fact that they were injuring Sandy and Patrick. I've gotten a whole different reasons why this episode kind of stuck with us. So let me know in the comments, did this episode scare you guys? For what reason?
Nigga, tell us why! I thought you were gonna tell us why this episode scared, bro. This nigga just talk about his trauma, bro. Nigga, give us explanations. Why did this scare us? This is the creepiest episode of SpongeBob for me. It scared the hell out of me when I was a child. The real turning point in this episode was the plot twist at the end when it showed two Patricks. I was confused as any Patrick and SpongeBob at that moment, and the gorilla showed up unexpectedly. This sounds weird, but I have a theory. I think the main thing that struck us with this episode is the height and unnatural nature in which the gorilla moves. That is something I always had in my mind, especially the height. Something about that really irked me. Even now watching the video, it feels weird looking at that gorilla. No, facts. I must be the only one that thought that the gorilla episode was the funniest SpongeBob moment ever. Even today, it still cracks me up. You are a fucking sociopath. Trevor Pace? Nah. You are a sociopath. I think the reason it's creepy was that this episode challenged our reality. And as kids, we don't know how to handle that. Like in any horror movie that makes the... imagine I had some like fucking like scary music to play. What makes the horror villain scary is that they cause or appear in a way that is unnatural, like a live gorilla in a cartoon world. And that's why this episode was scary. Everything that happened just wasn't right for the reality we've always given. I think instinctually as kids we recognize that, and it kind of triggered a flight response. I'm not gonna lie, that probably is the reason.
I don't even smoke weed, but I feel high when I'm next to you, babe. Used to be my girl, used to be my boo thing. Now I'm telling everybody you my boo